Good evening. My name is Julie Weaver, and on behalf of the Maryland Council on Economic Education, I'd like to thank you for joining us for our 2021 Virtual Student Achievement Awards. These awards showcase not only achievement by students and teachers from across Maryland, but also serve to highlight the importance of economics and personal finance education. For those of you watching who don't know us, the Maryland Council on Economic Education is a nonprofit organization based at Towson University that was founded more than 65 years ago by teachers to serve teachers and support them in the teaching of economics and personal finance. With the support we receive from Towson University and our generous sponsors, we provide educators with free resources, professional development opportunities, including our upcoming annual Financial Education Summit, and interactive hands-on student programs. From the stock market game, the poster contest, the personal finance challenge, the economics challenge, and Invest Right, students, with the help of their teachers and advisors, have the opportunity to begin mastering the financial decision-making skills they need at every grade level and in life. With the help of our supporters and sponsors, MCEE is proud to be part of this critical work and to support Maryland's educators. We are excited to celebrate and recognize the outstanding achievements of our students and teachers today. I'd now like to introduce Cindy Allen, the chair of the MCEE Board of Trustees, who would like to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cindy Allen, and I am chair of the Board of Trustees for the Maryland Council on Economic Education. And I am delighted to welcome you to our 2021 Student Achievement Awards program. Thank you all for joining us as we virtually celebrate the students and teachers that MCEE serves and their outstanding achievements this academic year. The mission of Maryland Council on Economic Education is to ensure that Maryland school children are equipped with the economic and personal finance skills that are critical to make informed, rational decisions as consumers, workers, citizens, savers, and participants in the economy. We work in close partnership with educators statewide to provide free resources, professional development opportunities for teachers, and hands-on student programs that provide transformational learning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to personally congratulate the students and teachers that we are celebrating this evening. We're so proud of you and your accomplishments. We also want to acknowledge every student and educator who took part in our programs over the past year. While you may not see your name on the screen, we hope that you acquire skills that will make you a winner in life. It is now my honor to introduce Mr. Van Prime of Mount Hebron High School. Mr. Prime and his students have just won the National Economics Challenge competition in both divisions for a record-breaking third consecutive time. Congratulations to you and your students.
So much, Julie and Cindy. Good evening. I'm Van Prime, and I teach AP Micro and Macroeconomics at Mount Hebron High School in Howard County. I also coach our school's National Economics Challenge teams. The National Economics Challenge is the national competition in academic economics. Each year, up to 15,000 students from hundreds of high schools across the United States pursue the coveted national title in two divisions. The first is the Adam Smith Division, which is for students currently enrolled in advanced placement or international baccalaureate classes. And the second is the David Ricardo Division for students who are enrolled in a one-semester non-AP class, or in the case of Mount Hebron, students who've never taken economics in their life before. I'm proud to say that just 2 weeks ago, Mount Hebron High School's Economics Challenge teams took their third consecutive dual national championship, winning in both competitive divisions. That's 6 national championships in 3 years among these amazing young people. That's astounding. Mount Hebron's competed in the Adam Smith Division since 2009 and in the David Ricardo Division since 2014. We've cumulatively won 16 Maryland State Championships, made 9 national finals appearances, and taken 6 national championships in that time. Needless to say, it's a very long road to the championship, but it all begins here at the state level with the Maryland Council on Economic Education and Maryland's Economics Challenge. The National Economics Challenge is among the most powerful teaching tools we have in building one of the United States' top high school economics programs. In addition to increasing students' expertise and love for economics, the competition fosters teamwork, motivation, confidence, self-discipline, and very much more. Also, because we economists strongly believe in the power of incentives, I should add that these kids have also won a lot of money. I strongly encourage the truly gifted young people in this audience to do 2 things when they get to high school. First, demand economics classes in your high school. And second, join us and start an economics challenge team. Economics will, without exaggeration, forever change your life. So without further ado, I'm proud to introduce the 2021 Maryland State Champions and National Champions in the National Economics Challenge in both the David Ricardo and Adam Smith divisions, Mount Hebron High School.
Hey everyone, my name is Sudarshan Sundar, and I am from Mount Hebron High School in Ellicott City, Maryland. My teacher and sponsor is Mr. Van Prime, and my team members are Nicholas Snyder, Pauline Chang, and Sonia Mahate. This is my 3rd year competing in the National Economics Challenge, and it has been an amazing, life-changing experience for the past 3 years. I've got to say, it's taught me a lot about how the economy works, how people's decisions are undertaken on an individual level, on a micro level, and also on an aggregate countrywide level. Not to mention, how international relations work out with international trade, etc. It's been an amazing experience, and I highly recommend this to any student that is interested in economics and generally how the world works. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Hi, my name is Pauline Chang, and I've been a part of Economics Challenge for 3 years. I am excited to represent Mount Hebron with my team in the Adam Smith Division this year, and participating in this program has definitely been the highlight of my high school experience. I knew next to nothing about the subject when entering high school, but participating in this program allowed me to expand my understanding exponentially, as well as meet the most genuine, driven, and intellectual team members and teacher in my entire life. To prepare, starting as day Ricks, we were taught various economics concepts from the upperclassmen in the Adam Smith Division, and in my junior and senior year, I learned about the concepts on an even deeper level in Mr. Prime's AP classes. I definitely encourage other students to participate in this program and promise it will impact your life in the best ways possible.
Hi, my name is Nick Snyder, and I'm competing in the Adam Smith Division of the National Economics Challenge. I've been in the Econ Challenge pipeline for the past 3 years, and to say that the challenge changed my life wouldn't be giving it enough credit. It's opened opportunities for me that I never thought possible. Because of it, I've not only had the chance to compete and succeed on a state, national, and international level, but it's inspired me to study economics in college and as a profession, and has even just changed the way that I look at the world. And so to any aspiring students and economists out there, I say give it a try. You never know how far econ can take you.
Hi, I'm Sonia Mahate. Economics Challenge is a wonderful competition that first got me passionate about economics. I was able to learn and apply economics while surrounding myself with great people who are also passionate about the subject. Being able to represent my school at the national level was also a great bonus. Economics has changed the way I have viewed the world, and I would definitely recommend other people to learn and participate in Economics Challenge.
Hello everyone, my name is Dishan Reddy and I'm a sophomore at Mount Hebron High School. I'm a member of our school's Economics Challenge team in the David Ricardo division with fellow team members David, Sahith, and Natalie, with our teacher being Mr. Prime. Learning economics has definitely given me a different perspective on decision-making and issues in real life that involve money. Participating in the program has definitely changed my thoughts on a possible future career path because I feel that economics could be something interesting and also something I'm pretty good at. I would also definitely recommend the program to other kids as the competition aspect is pretty fun.
I'm David Lehman from the David Ricardo Division team in Economics Challenge at Mount Hebron High School. My teacher is Mr. Prime, who's been great. In economics, I especially enjoyed learning how to apply economic principles to political policy, and I plan on participating in the Adam Smith Division next year.
My name is Steve Mata. I'm the David Ricardo economics team from Mount Hebron High School. Our sponsor is Mr. Prime, and he's a really chill and caring teacher. You could really tell like he's passionate about teaching economics and watching the kids succeed. For the curriculum, we learned it from the upper division Adam Smith kids. They taught us in weekly lessons like what we need to know for econ, and we had a series of cut tests to determine who'd make the team. As far as like econ goes, it's not a difficult subject. Like it's easy to learn and it's not hard to understand. Like it's a misconception that like econ is boring and difficult, but for the most part, it's straightforward and real easy to learn. I'd recommend it for anyone who wants to learn economics.
Hi, I'm Natalie Venchnickel, and I go to Mount Hebron High School in Ellicott City, and I'm on the David Ricardo team. So this past year, I've been learning economics in order to participate in the Economic Challenge team. We learned from our Adam Smith members who taught us lessons on macro, micro, and international econ. We did Khan Academy and read the textbook, and it was really a lot of fun because I liked learning econ so that I could understand the news better and be able to form my own opinions about current events instead of just listening to what other people had to say. So if any of you are interested in like learning economics, or if you're interested in politics or government, learning econ for the Econ Challenge team at your school would be a great way to get involved and have fun while you're doing it.
Okay, wow. What an amazing group of kids, and congratulations to Mr. Prime and to the students for such an amazing achievement. I'm simply flabbergasted listening to their stories. And you're right, econ is not boring. Econ is very interesting, particularly in the day and age that we're living today. For those of you watching, you can see we are blessed with some passionate educators and some incredibly smart students. And along those lines, I'm excited to celebrate our next program, which is the 2021 Maryland Personal Finance Challenge champion team, who just learned last week that they placed second in the National Personal Finance Challenge competition. So we have an accomplished group of students here in Maryland. We are so blessed to have their teacher, Dr. Maddie Hallbach, with us tonight. And she's going to tell us a little bit about the program and her wonderful students. Thanks so much. Maddie?
Hi, Julie. Thanks so much for introducing me. And you're right, our students are passionate here in Maryland, and I'm so pleased and honored to be able to teach them at least a little bit of what I know or a little bit about finance. The Personal Finance Challenge is a program that is an academic competition where high school students, teams from around the state and nationally compete using knowledge of personal finance concepts and applications. They also need to know a little bit about econ as well. We've competed a lot with the Personal Finance Challenge at the state level. We've won states, I think, 6 times and placed the other times that we've been competing. We've won nationals twice, and we compete with roughly about 30-something states when we compete nationally. And when we're competing in the state, we're competing against at least 27 or more teams that are competing for that prize and win. So it is a great competition. It's highly recognized, and our kids really enjoy it. I'm really proud of the kids this year because through all the challenges that we've had, learning online, changes within how we learn, teachers having to be fluid in the way they teach, these students have done really well. And Van, to head off to you, you've done a great job with your students. So proud of Howard County. I wanted to talk a little bit about the process that my students go through. Normally we have a financial advisor from my Academy of Finance Advisory Board teaching my kids at least once a week starting January on financial concepts above and beyond, and a deep dive into different topics. And this year, unfortunately, we couldn't have an advisor. So one of my seniors stepped up, who had done the Personal Finance Challenge last year, had done Invest Right, and actually won states Invest Right last year, and had also participated in the Personal Finance Challenge and my class. And she became the advisor for my juniors who participated this year. And her name is Mary Samolyalova, and she goes by Masha. And she just did a wonderful job supporting the kids and helping them really understand the concepts. I'd also like to thank Siku, who is the Millionaires Club sponsor, Howard County Public School System, Howard County Education Federal Credit Union, MCEE, and of course my Academy of Finance Advisory Board here in Howard County. Now, I'd really like you to join me and congratulate all of our 2021 Maryland Personal Finance Challenge winners. And you'll also get to hear a few words from my students. So good luck, guys. Have a great summer.
Hello, my name is Marisa Makhalova. I'm a current 12th grade student at the Applications and Research Laboratory Academy of Finance and Centennial High School. My teacher is Dr. Maddie Hallback, and in 2021, I trained the Maryland Personal Finance Challenge first place winning team, consisting of Noah Hoffman, Nathaniel Sager, and Robbie Schroeder. This year, the students learned topics in personal finance like budgeting, investing, retirement planning, estate planning, other topics like that, and also some macroeconomics. Personally, this year I learned how to teach a group of students in a completely virtual environment and really how to keep them engaged and help them learn as much as possible in the process so that they will be best prepared to show what they know in the competition. To prepare for the competition, we held weekly meetings, and we did a presentation on a new topic at each of those meetings. And I also found other sources and directed them to those additional sources for the students to enrich their knowledge. I would say that the Personal Finance Challenge has strengthened and deepened my desire to enter the finance field. I competed in the Maryland Personal Finance Challenge last year in 2020, and it was really an incredibly awesome opportunity to really put my skills to the test. I enjoyed both the learning side and the competitive side, the individual work and the teamwork. And finding those balances, I believe, is a key to a great career in finance. This year, I took it up a notch, so to speak, with the responsibility of training 11th grade students, and that process has definitely reinforced my belief even more, training has given me the opportunity to share my passion for personal finance and finance with younger students, which has been an incredible opportunity. I would definitely participate in this program again, and I would absolutely 100% recommend students to participate in the Personal Finance Challenge and for teachers to sponsor students and encourage them to participate. It is an awesome learning opportunity for both the individual studying, the studying that you do on your own, and also the competition and collaborating as a team. Plus, you also have the chance to win money, which is awesome and I'm incredibly grateful for. But those skills that you build in personal finance and those critical thinking skills, you will take them with you in life, no matter your career path.
Hi, my name is Noah Hoffman. I am at the Applications and Research Laboratory in Howard County. My teacher is Dr. Maddie Halbach, and I worked on a team with Nathaniel, Robbie, and Alice for this year's Personal Finance Challenge. I would say that the biggest thing that I learned was all sorts of new information about different financial topics that I hadn't really covered, especially not in school, and things that I hadn't really originally had an interest in, but now have developed kind of a new interest in. Some of the different topics include more information about real estate and mortgages and just loans in general, different systems of banking, credit, and important things like insurance and all sorts of stuff that I just didn't really have experience with. I didn't know much about. I didn't know about the difference between whole and universal life, term life, what's comprehensive coverage, all these things. I had no idea what they were. And so I just feel like I developed a lot more financial literacy. And I know talking to other team members, we all learned a ton leading up to the preparation of this and actually doing the challenge, doing the case study, preparing for the test. There's so much information that you learn as a result of doing this challenge. A few of the things that we did to prepare were we took a couple of different like practice tests and practice questions that we could find online. We did reviews, which was really cool. Each person that was a participant in the finance challenge was able to kind of make their own presentation based on the words and terms that we were supposed to know. And so we got to cover maybe 20 or 30 terms, share them with the rest of the group. And so we all kind of got to learn from each other. And that was such a great way to do it because you really do learn the best when you are teaching it to someone else. It forces you to have a deeper understanding. I think my participation in the program has opened me up to maybe a career path in financial planning or advisory. I was more focused on investments, and I think that I do want to continue working somehow with equities, bonds, derivatives, some sort of investment vehicle. But I would definitely also consider something in financial planning, maybe advising individuals or maybe even businesses as to their financial decisions. I had a good time doing the case study, and I think that was one of my strengths, especially compared to the test. And I know that different people that when we were doing this, a lot of people that were in our group and just people that use the ARL finance program in general, we learned a lot from the program, and a lot of people came in with not a ton of knowledge. Robbie came in not knowing as much about finance, and he learned a ton, and he did fantastic in the case study and on the tests. And it's just amazing to have people that go from not knowing a lot about finance to just learning so much. In preparation for this test, we learned so much information. It was really amazing. And I would absolutely recommend this program to other kids. I think it's a great way to practice your skills. I think you'll have a good time doing the challenge. You can, of course, win money, which is also a great incentive. And I would definitely participate in future year. Hopefully I can participate next year. Maybe same team, maybe different team. We'll see what happens. But I look forward to doing this in future years.
Hello, my name is Robbie Schroeder. I go to Marys Ridge High School. I'm in 11th grade. And but for learning finance, I go to ARL, and my teacher is Dr. Hallback. And I participated in the Personal Finance Challenge. My team members were Noah and Nathaniel, and I also learned a lot of the material from Masha. So in terms of what I learned a lot of various things from budgeting, saving money, different the different types of banks accounts to use, and like the pros and cons of each of them, why you would use a certain one over the other in terms of fitting your goals. I also learned a lot about estate planning, a lot of things like financial decisions you're gonna have to make when you're older. estate planning, making wills and trusts, life insurance, a lot of that stuff. For preparing for the competition, I learned a lot about this stuff in weekly meetings, and I also studied up in my off time. And this has affected how I'm looking at the future a lot in terms of finance. So first, there's just the basic financial decisions I'm going to make. This has encouraged me to start saving up for retirement, starting from as soon as I get my first full-time job. I'm going to be saving up for retirement, because if you start, the biggest takeaway I've had is that if you start young, you can have a lot of money for retirement easily if you use the right accounts. Interest rate and all that can add up and help you have a lot of money for retirement. But the thing is, you have to start early. So I'm definitely going to start early doing that to make sure I'm good in life financial wise. And then for how I'm looking at my career, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for my career. I'm thinking about going into something with finance, maybe accounting, but I might do something else. I'm not 100% certain. But what I liked about this challenge, especially the case study, is that I learned what it would be like to be a financial planner and to do their job and help people out with their finances. And that was very interesting to me. And that is a career path I'm looking at, I'm interested in. And for this program, I would definitely recommend it to other kids, even if they don't want to do anything with finance for their career. I think it's just a really good program to learn how to budget, how to save. So no matter what job you have, you can make the best use of what you do earn and what you do make, so that you, your family, your kids, your friends, everyone can be prosperous financially.
Wow, congratulations again to Dr. Hallback and members of the winning team. I love how both teachers we've heard from this evening have offered opportunities for their older students to mentor their younger students. And I think that's a winning combination. For those of us who are really passionate about financial literacy, you're probably just like me, and all the hairs on your arm are standing up, and it's just so exciting to hear the impact that these programs are having on these kids and their futures. And in the Personal Finance Challenge team, I understand all of the members of the team are rising seniors. So I hope you'll be back to compete again with us next year. So congratulations again to all of the students who participated. And now, earlier this year, we were proud to partner with the Maryland State Department of Education and the Cash Campaign of Maryland to recognize 3 outstanding teachers for their exceptional work in providing personal finance education to their students through the Maryland Financial Education and Capability Awards. These awards were given to teachers in April during the time period where we were recognizing teachers throughout the state. And we're just very excited to again recognize them this evening. In the elementary category, our award winner this year was Jerry Otto. Jerry is a social studies resource teacher in Baltimore County Public Schools. In the middle school category, we were so excited to recognize Carol Shaper, who's also a member of our advisory board here at the Maryland Council on Economic Education. And she's a family and consumer science teacher from Sykesville Middle School in Carroll County Public Schools. And then finally, we got to recognize Michael Baker, who's an exceptional financial literacy teacher at Crossland High School in Prince George's County. Congratulations to all of these teachers for their exceptional work in classrooms across the state. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about a very important program for the council, which is called the Stock Market Game. And each year, the Maryland Council on Economic Education offers the Stock Market Game experience in classrooms across the state to give students the opportunity to learn about saving and investing, Over the course of between 10 and 30 weeks, students learn the fundamentals of investing to create and manage their own portfolios of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds using $100,000 of virtual cash. The students are encouraged to maximize the return on their portfolios, and boy, did they ever, using real-time trading and, in some cases, sophisticated techniques, including margin and short selling. This evening, we'd like to celebrate the students who had the best performing portfolios in their age group, which we begin in grade 4, for their regions and statewide. However, it's our hope that all the students who participated from across the state have acquired critical knowledge and maybe shared a little with their parents through this experience that they will need to invest for their futures. And now you'll see the winners of our programs. You all see some of those numbers, keeping in mind that these kids started with $100,000? It's amazing. And like everyone viewing at home, I'm very interested in hearing more from these students about their experiences in participating in the stock market game and maybe getting a few stock tips as well. So allow me to introduce an extraordinary educator, Kurt Marks, to tell us a little bit about the high school stock market game experience.
My name is Kurt Marks. I teach finance and economics at Stephen Decatur High School in Berlin, Maryland. This is my 20th year being involved with the stock market game, and I believe the stock market game and all the programs that MCEE offers are more important today than ever. Students need to be prepared to take care of themselves financially. They can't count on their employer or the government to do it. They need to do it themselves. And that's where MCEE steps in with outstanding programs to help them do that. One person who's done a great job so far is 4-time state stock market game champion, Houston Phillips. Take it away, Houston.
My name is Houston Phillips. I'm from Stephen Decatur High School. My teacher's name is Mr. Marks, and my teammate was Evan Kinsey. We participated in the stock market game. Our total portfolio was just over $291,000. This became the largest in school history. I believe that the experience with the stock market game is very good. It provides kids with a good way to better understand the economy and individual stocks, get them a way to really dig into something that they may not have if it wasn't for the stock market game. I've learned a lot with playing the stock market game. This is my 7th time playing. Each time I learn a little bit more about stocks and really get a better understanding of what they mean to the economy. Things that I have learned from being the PE ratio, what a PEG is, how to better understand what companies' earnings are and how they affect future growth or decline in the company, whether they show good earnings, which is going to force the stock to go higher in the future, or they release earnings at this point and make the company not really what it used to be and makes the company go down stock price. Really, I've learned things, how inflation and what's going on right now and how they force stocks down. With inflation high, prices go up, which, you know, stock prices really can't keep up with that, and they go down over time. Our 2 largest gains from the stock market game were Cassava Sciences, that totaled just over $15,000. And the second was Hall of Fame Resorts and Entertainment, which was just over $16,000. Both of those were shorts. We did a lot of shorting, individual like stocks and stuff like that. I believe that it's a little bit easier in the end to find a stock that's released, say, great earnings, and right at market opening, they're going to be at its highest, and you might be able to short it then a few hours later and cover it, make a little bit of profit. That's what we did with mainly most of ours. Other than that, we took time. I really took time personally outside of school and dug into companies' earnings and what they may be down the future. Some of the biggest gains that we had were coming from like 2 or 3 days of earnings where we bought the day before earnings or that night of earnings for future, like in the morning, and we sold it right as earnings came out the next morning or right at that afternoon. So that was the 2 best ways for us to make money. Yes, I would recommend this to other kids. I believe it really does get you something that you've never really learned before playing this. I didn't really do much with business or anything other than taking classes, but I really did enjoy playing.
Wow, Mr. Marks, I agree with your comments wholeheartedly that these are skills that every student needs to have, and that's why it's important to us to offer the stock market game in classrooms across the state. Houston, I think I'd like to give you my number and ask you to take over my retirement account because obviously I think you know what you're doing. And now I'd like to introduce Lori Saylor to share her experience teaching the stock market game in middle school.
Thanks. Hi, thanks, Julie. I am a specialist for advanced academics and enrichment at Windsor Knolls Middle School in Frederick County. I've been using the stock market game as an enrichment and engagement tool for over 20 years, first as a social studies teacher and then as a teacher specialist. I use this at all levels of student ability. I find that it sometimes bridges the gap for reluctant learners. This year, of course, was a challenge, but we did have a dedicated group of students who saw this as a challenge, and they seem to enjoy working together towards a goal, towards this virtual goal. And we were working in a virtual format for most of the year, and now they're kind of coming into school, so that kind of helped a little bit. It was a different kind of activity for them, and they rose to the occasion. It was a group of multi-grade level students, which I think in middle school is really important. Some of the students participating were actually new to our school and new to our country. So that was special for them to meet virtually with new students. I wanted to say too that I usually have professionals come in and talk about the market. They talk about the market, they talk about online stock portfolios, financial plannings. I usually have some teachers come in and sit in on that, but that wasn't possible this year. Obviously for a number of reasons. And usually, truth be told, I bring in my father, who was a stockbroker and a financial analyst for over 60 years, to speak to the kids. His advice is, like we've heard from some of the students, start young, and it's never too early to start investing. He also asks what the kids are buying and why they're buying it, which speaks to Julie and to me. I would like to also send my portfolio to be looked at Decatur. But yeah, so it's never too early. And that's what all of the professionals actually that come in and tell our kids and talk to our kids say. It's always interesting to me how many of the students, middle school students, come back to me the next year or later in their educational career and tell me that this started them on a path to investing. It is also easier with an online portfolio now for many children, even younger children in middle school, to start their own portfolios, and many of them have. Just a little quick side note, I ran into a former student and stock market team member who is now in his early 30s. And he told me that when he did the stock market game with me in 2005, he bought Under Armour stock for $13 a share. And he sold it when he bought his first house. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I use that with my students. I try to give students real life examples because middle school kids really need that. And I have found that it's more meaningful, and it is the stock market game is one of the most meaningful activities and real life activities that middle school students can participate in. I would also like to say invest right is something that my students have done in the past. That also is very, very important. Our language arts teachers love looking at that too. So that is also something that I feel like goes hand in hand with the stock market game and does a great job with middle school students. And that really is the best part of the activity. It's the real feeling that kids get when they buy, sell, trade, lose, win, and compete against other kids. I can tell you that there just really are very few simulations and experiences that do this. While I stress to them this is virtual money or play money, it could easily be real money. And from hearing from some of our other students, they take that into account. Now, here are a few of the members of my stock market team talking about what they bought and how they bought it.
Hi, I'm Eliza. I'm in 7th grade, and my teacher is Mrs. Saylor, and I also attend Windsor Knowles Middle School.
Hi, my name is Araba Kwanzaa. My teacher is also Miss Saylor, and I also go to Windsor Knowles Middle School, and I'm in 8th grade.
Hi, my name is Vidyuth, and my teacher is also Mrs. Saylor, and I'm in 7th grade, and I go to Windsor Knowles.
We all are participating in the stock market game. I mean, we all did. One.
Yeah, and we had a great time doing it, and we learned some things like how to exchange stocks and which stocks are more valuable than others.
We looked for stocks that were trending at the moment, like medical stocks or game stocks, where people might buy products from that company due to the circumstances.
So we bought stocks such as Tesla, Moderna. What else?
We bought
Facebook.
CVS.
Yeah, we also
CVS,
bought Riot. We bought the Riot stock. We also bought. Yeah, and that was some of the stocks that we bought.
We used many websites and apps to track our stocks along the way, along with the website provided. And we were able to meet on a weekly basis and track our stocks, see how we were doing, and see if our profit margin was good and if we were actually making any profit from our stocks. We would hold our stocks for 2 to 3 weeks, and then we would start to sell our stocks if they would just continue to go down and not give us a profit.
Exactly. Even if the stock wasn't exactly high at the moment, we might wait it out to see how it will turn out. If it really didn't do badly, then we did sell it.
When participating in this stock market, it changed my thinking of like my career path. Because you know what, I realized that I really like, finance. Like I want to major in finance or anything in the STEM career options. So yeah, it really changed my life.
Yeah,
with my options.
I'll definitely want to continue this in high school, and maybe if I can, maybe buy a few stocks and see how it goes. Because doing this has really showed me that maybe I can do something in economics.
That's terrific. And thank you, Mrs. Saylor, and your students. And congratulations on doing so well. I might add for your students that we have an excellent finance program here at Towson University, and I would love to see their faces here on the campus a few years from now. And I hope everyone watching at home is taking notes for their own portfolios. It's my pleasure now to introduce Megan Stumpf, who is here to tell us about the experience with her 5th grade students. Hi, Megan.
Megan, you gotta unmute yourself.
Thanks, Julie. Sorry about that. And congratulations to Windsor Knolls Middle School. My name is Megan Stumpf from Homestead Wakefield Elementary School, located in Harford County, and I teach 5th grade math, science, and social studies. This is my 3rd time playing the stock market game, and it was very eye-opening teaching about financial education. We learned that the earlier we start researching and investing, the more success we can achieve. My students who played became very passionate about their stocks and really tried to diversify their portfolios. So my students are going to tell you how they achieved such a high return, and it is my honor to introduce the elementary school 5th grade spring state winners.
My name is Gavin Kiger. My teacher is Ms. Stumpf at Homestead Wakefield Elementary. My teammates are Ethan Beadencap, Jack Schubert, and Vincent Pachado Gigliotti. We participated in the stock market game.
We prepared by searching stocks we liked. We all supported each other's stocks we were interested in and that we were doing well. When we saw the stock was doing well, we doubled our investments. When we saw a stock was decreasing, we sold 75% and left 25%. If the stock was still doing bad the next day, we sold all our shares.
The investments we chose were Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Sony, Disney, Gap, BG&E, and GameStop. We thought they were good stocks because we saw the trade price in the green and increasing.
Yes, I would recommend this program to kids, and I would do it again.
Participating in a stock market game has made me think about how to buy stocks, save money, and make smart decisions. Maybe when I get older, I'll invest.
Good luck investing! Bye!
Great job, kids. That is so impressive. And now we'd like to introduce and recognize the winners of the Fall Invest Right competition. As Ms. Saylor mentioned, Invest Right is a companion program to the stock market game that provides an opportunity for students to share what they've learned by writing a response to an essay prompt. Those essays are then judged and state and national winners are selected. For 2021, we're pleased to announce the winners in the Fall Invest Right competition. And hopefully they're going to appear on your screen. There they are. In the elementary category, Jackson Deal, a homeschooled elementary student from Anne Arundel County, was our elementary winner. And his sister, actually, in the first time ever, Tessa Deal, was the middle school winner. who is also homeschooled in Anne Arundel County. So congratulations to Jackson and Tessa and to their mom, who was their teacher this year. In the high school category, our winner was Talbert Simpson from Charles H. Flowers High School in Prince George's County. Charles's essay was fantastic, and we were very excited to recognize him in person, as you can see in the picture there. On the first day, Prince George's County schools were back in person. So congratulations to all the students who participated in Invest Right. And we look forward to telling you about additional winners next year. And now we have the unique pleasure, and it's probably one of my favorite parts of this evening, to unveil the 2021 winning entries in our annual A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words poster contest. The winning posters were selected from entries submitted by elementary and middle school students from across Maryland and serve to demonstrate knowledge of economic concepts such as saving and investing, goods and services, markets, opportunity costs, and more. We're now pleased to share these winning entries, and please join me in congratulating these students and their teachers. Wow, those were some great great artwork. So thank you so much to all the kids who submitted entries. We love looking at them each year. And now we're excited to show you a wonderful video that was submitted by a young lady in Baltimore City in response to a contest that was created by the National Council for Economic Education. And they offered an opportunity for school children from across America to submit a video detailing their economic advice for our new president. And this young lady's mother submitted her video, and it was the national winning video in the 3rd through 5th grade age group. And so we're so pleased to share her video with you this evening.
Hello, Mr. President. According to Wikipedia, the Department of Defense's annual budget is approximately $721 billion. I propose that we cut military spending to fund for 2 things: healthcare and education. The healthier we are, the better chance we have against fighting COVID-19. The better our educational system is, the more opportunities we will have to succeed and give back to our great country. Thank you.
Oh, that is so awesome. And I hope that President Biden actually got to see your video. So congratulations. And that brings us to the end of our awards program this evening. Thank you for joining us to celebrate these exceptional students and their teachers. The Maryland Council on Economic Education could not serve our students and teachers without the help and support of our board members, our staff, our education partners in each school system throughout the state, and our supporters and sponsors who fund these programs and our work. We're grateful for your support and for your passion for giving the next generation of the financial skills they need to succeed in life. Thank you all for watching, and we look forward to celebrating with you again next year. Thanks so much and have a great evening.